Hello, my name's Jeff Eschbaugh. I want to welcome you to this edition of Talk of the Town. Today we have two very special guests, Mark Cooper and Martha Jamail. How are you?
Fine.
So tell us a little bit about the Rainy Day Writers.
Okay. The Rainy Day Writers is a group that started in 2011 by Jerry Wolfram, who was a columnist and editor for the Daily Jeffersonian. We're a group of 10 writers, and we meet once every 2 weeks at the Crossroads Library. We share ideas and critique our writing and self-publish our books yearly. Wow. The name Rainy Day Writers came from Jerry, and I want to share this is one of my favorite memories of his. These are his words. I love the energy that accompanies a rainstorm. Sometimes it turns on a tiny switch in our brains. That's why I love writing on rainy days with only a dim light nearby and a steaming cup of coffee within easy reach. Mm-hmm. Jerry taught us to love writing no matter what the weather. And now Mark will share our latest book with you. It'll be our 15th book.
Oh, wow. So, Mark, what's the name of the book?
This year's book is Welcome to Zimmerton, Quirky Characters and Really Good Pie. Ooh. And this is a collection of almost 30 stories that have been written by 8 members of the Rainy Day Writers. Zimmerton is an imaginary town that could be just a few miles down the road from where you yourself live. And the stories are a mixture of humor, inspiration, a little bit of intrigue, a little bit of love interest. Mm-hmm. If you don't mind, I'd like to share just a few titles with you. I'll give you an idea of what you could read here. Judy Simcox wrote about All-American Girls. Betsy Taylor, one of her stories is Front Porch Sittin'. Martha wrote The Farmer Boys, and it's a story that tugs at the heartstrings just a little bit. A really, really good story. I came up with the tall tale of Bossy and Her Hill. And Bev Kerr wrote about The Gypsy Wagon Comes to Town. Sam Beskett wrote a really inspiring story about the miracle on Goodyear Hill. And Claire Cameron, she's our newest contributor to the book. She drew a lot on her childhood memories of being around her grandfather's general store in Antrim for her stories. And then finally, Rick Booth, he wrote Zimmerton Zeke, the worst weather predicting groundhog.
We know a lot about groundhog.
That we do. The people can get the book locally at Cambridge News, Country Bits, the Dickens Welcome Center, Ellie's Cottage, Modern Movements, Mosser Glass, Mr. Lee's Restaurant, at Townhouse Gifts, mm-hmm. and the station on 22.
Okay. Now, what if somebody has the desire to write? Now, can they join the Rainy Day Writers Club?
They can. We are always looking for new writers. We do keep our group small. And so we have what you could call an audition process to go through. And if somebody is interested, they could contact us through our website, or rather our Facebook site, which is simply under Rainy Day Writers.
Okay. So it's an average book about average people, but it's not average at all, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It uncovers the quirkiness that everybody has underneath their average top layer.
All right. Well, Mark and Martha, I want to thank you very much for joining us today on this new book adventure on Welcome to Zimmerton. And I want to thank you for joining us on this edition of Talk of the Town.
I'm Jim Vaughn with Talk of the Town, and we want to thank Cambridge Main Street for being one of our sponsors. And if you'd like to be one of our sponsors, you need to get online to info@yourradioplace.com or call them up there on the hill at 740-432-5605.